All righty now. Well, welcome to our Monday evening Zoom call. This is Gregory Muscari and Robin Blank Muscari up here in Bozeman, Montana. And we do these calls every Monday evening to kind of keep you informed, educated, and inspired. And we've got an agenda here that I think is going to do that. We've got a special guest with us here tonight that I know is going to do that. And I'm going to turn it over to you for this first part of the call to you, Robin.
Thank you, Gregory, and welcome everyone. Well, it's our second call of the new year already. Amazing. Lots is going on, and everyone, it's fun to watch what's happening. So what we want to do this evening is we have a special guest, and this is someone who gets it extra special, and you might want to write in the chat, congratulations, because our Vice President of Marketing, Jim Caldwell, recently got married. And so we're thrilled to have a new married guy on the line, a newlywed. And we invited Jim on to talk a little bit about what's coming up on February 6th, because I watched his video and I got inspired, and I thought, let's inspire everyone live. And I remember when I first met Jim, we were both kind of new in the company at the same time. And it was wonderful. We kind of grew together with things. And he's been such a great resource for us. He's been so responsive and receptive, and we don't see him that much anymore. So I'm so thrilled to get to share him, because some of you may not even know Jim. A lot of you that are really new. He used to be all over, and now he's got a whole staff. So I want to formally welcome our Vice President of Marketing, Jim Caldwell.
Hey there, how you doing? I'm clicking on my video and it says the host has stopped my video. So let me in.
He'll let you in. He'll let you in. Come on, Gregory. Okay.
Permission granted.
Hey, it's great to be here, Robin and Gregory. Thank you so much. I do reflect back when I first met you guys. Specifically, I think it was in the spring conference in Los Angeles in the spring of 2019. And I know you were just getting started after having had a wonderful experience with our technology. And look at you now. What a difference a quick year and a half, 2 years makes, huh?
Yeah, and Gregory was not even on board. That was the last city launch of the X39 tour that you guys traveled all over the world and ended up in Los Angeles on March 31st. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
That's when the penny dropped, after he met you, David, and Melinda was there, and 300 other people in the room, and Gregory kind of went, he smelled an opportunity.
Well, you think about in 2004, David Schmidt set out to rewrite the future of health and wellness. Little did he know what would be taking place as he pretty much, steps front and center in the whole world of pioneering age reversal, which really is the direction we're going as a company. And so, here comes Nova, right? This whole crazy reality with virtual everything. And, we've taken a run at several different types of things over the last year and a half, doing some webinars, some dedicated webinars, and thinking about, Phil Jones did a series of 8 things. We kind of dipped our toe, and, the entire industry has gone in the direction of doing things virtually because we have to, right? We have to. So as we've been thinking through, well, how do we kick off, 2021? We can't get together like we want to, the community and the sharing and the allowing each other to have a voice as we all get to know each other better and better and take this higher and higher. So we came up with the concept of Nova, because what's Nova? Well, it's actually an explosion, right? It's a burst of light. And we're in the business of light and photobiomodulation and these types of things. And so it made sense to us to take that concept and build it out, and then bringing the theme to amplify. And you ask yourself, well, what does that word mean? Well, everywhere we go, everything we do, especially in social media, it's all about, well, how much can you amplify your message, right? What can you do so that people share, engage, comment, turn other people on, do the whole reality of expanding out. And so how do you amplify your business? How do you amplify your strengths, your influences, and things like that? So over a 4-hour period of time with a 1-hour break in between, we're going to definitely have some fun, whether it's David Schmidt. I mean, come on. Does David know how to spend some time and tease everyone about the future? Absolutely, he does. And of course, special speakers. We've got a woman coming on, a powerful keynote speaker by the name of Michelle Poehler. And she is all about eliminating your fears. Do we know anybody that has a fear of taking action? Oh, I don't know, perhaps everyone at some stage in our lives, correct? And this is a person who one day, with a really interesting background, decided that she was going to go about the business of overcoming every fear that she could imagine. And she, in fact, did a YouTube video of her 100 greatest fears. And she went on to all of a sudden make a mark. And now she's speaking to thousands and thousands of people every time. And now she's doing what she say, 6 or 8 virtual conferences a month, right? So she's gone away from being live because she has to, and she's adapted like everybody else has had to. And she has a message that she's going to weave with LifeWave that I think is going to be powerful. You're going to have an incredible set of takeaways from her alone. And she'll do about maybe 45, 50 minutes in our programming. So, you know, Robin, we really do intend to do what we have to do to make sure people are informed, right? How do we educate? How do we inspire? How do we share success stories? We had the pleasure of meeting someone that Onyx brought to our attention over on the East Coast. This is a gentleman who's a world-class athlete that heard about LifeWave through a woman in Alaska who saw his trials and tribulations on Facebook and said, hey, you need to try X39. And the next thing you know, he got some patches in the mail, slaps them on, and the next day goes, you've got to be kidding me. This is a fellow who spent $25,000 on stem cell injections over the transom, and they did almost nothing. And then he says, wait a minute, for next to the cost of a cup of coffee and overnight, and my shoulder pain is pretty much gone. What do you got here? So we're going to be sharing his story. It's a brand new video that I had the pleasure of sitting down with him in Boston and putting together some incredible visuals that help tell the story of this guy who has just absolutely torn it up over the last 30, 35 years. I'm not going to give away the story because it is one of the most inspiring stories you'll ever see. It's about a 5.5-minute video. Everyone, oh, 5 minutes, that's too long. It's got to be down to 15 seconds. You want to make a bet? Wait till you see this story. It's the kind of thing that blends inspiration with LifeWave. The fact that this guy has gone through such interesting challenges over his life, discovers LifeWave, and just like that, loves it and wants to be a spokesperson. So he's going to be spending some more time with us over the next couple of years. So bottom line, announcements, training, bonus content. It's going to be a fast-paced 4 hours. And what else would you like to know, Robin?
Well, I remember last January, you guys put on an amazing show. I mean, everyone left there. They didn't need a plane to get home. You just knocked it out of the park. Phil Jones changed all of our lives. And we love the Empower series. I mean, we loved it so much as a team. We actually redid it together every week. We did summaries every week. We gave prizes for people that wrote up notes for it. I mean, it changed people's lives. So if you say Michelle's that great, I'm excited to meet her. So why don't you tease us with a few other little things that we're not supposed to know about what's going to happen? Because what we want to do is have our people have the biggest team ever. That we want the largest team there. So what can you say to inspire people to get their entire teams there?
Well, goodness gracious. Think about it. We're doing something we've never done before, number one, right? So we've pulled out the stops. We're spending a ridiculous amount of money on virtual, okay? We're going to have a state-of-the-art, high production value studio setting, okay? That's a, multiple camera shoot that's going to pretty much allow us to do all kinds of things and present in a really terrific way. We're going to certainly be broadcasting in a bunch of languages. I think we're going to have 3 sessions. We're going to have one for the North America and Europe, simultaneously translating across all the languages, assuming there's enough folks that are registering. We can't do it if only 2 people register from Germany. but we're certainly going to support the languages with enough registrants from each of the countries. We're going to have a dedicated one for Japan, and then a dedicated one for Asia that includes Taiwan, Malaysia, Philippines, and the like. So we're going to do basically 3 sessions over the the weekend of February 6th and 7th. So depending on where you live, of course, this audience is generally United States, but I know you've got a few folks from around the world. And we'll be sharing information, doing the types of things we might normally do at a live event. And I would have to say, and then some, because we have to concentrate our time. We can't, we got to keep people in the seats, right? I mean, let's talk about Zoomitis, right? Who wants to sit in a chair staring at a computer screen for 4 hours? Well, quite a few people will, once you realize the level of content, the way in which we present it, the sophistication of the content. So it really is going to be something where we're going to be doing this every year. So we'll launch every year with Nova 2021, Nova 2022, whether it's live or virtual. That's what we'll be doing going forward. And each year we'll have a theme to share with everyone. We're going to have distributors, right? We've picked some distributors that have some unique set of experiences, backgrounds, skill sets, and we're going to give each person 10 or 12 minutes each. Yep, pretty fast paced, but we're having them pre-record, cut to the chase, whittle it down. So the essence of what you need to know from their standpoint, their point of view on, what's your why? How do you stay focused? What do you do to overcome obstacles? Some of the basics. We all can always use that inspirational mind food so that we keep our focus and we don't lose track and we remember why are we doing this and what's possible and what we hold in our hands. I always talk about, it's like holding this special piece of gold in our hands, and all we have to do is share it. Let others try it. And thank goodness, right? 85, 90% of the folks who try our technology within the first, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 hours, 2 days, a week, whatever, they feel and see differences with our technology and especially X39. So, it is about humanity. Think about what David Schmidt started to do when he first began this company. And I had the privilege of meeting him way back in the beginning before he, might have had, 3 clinical studies, and now we have over 100. He didn't even have 1 patent yet on this technology. And now he's got so many patents, it's ridiculous. So, this level of excitement, gosh, I sure hope some folks bring some guests. I sure hope there's some watch parties. I sure hope that people really take the time to be there as we just share a ton of a variety of information. Of course, all the staff's going to be there. Rex and Emily and Tiffany and Mimi and myself and David, right? We'll all be there. And does that give you a sense, Robin?
That is fabulous. Over 100. We haven't heard the term 100 yet. Well, that's pretty exciting.
Well, I suppose officially in writing, we've been saying something like over 80 or 85, but I keep talking to David, and we keep having more and more studies that come in and are finished, and we're doing, 4 more. So, I know that it's a whole bunch.
It's a lot, which is very exciting. Why we have so many healthcare practitioners. One more little piece, and we'll let you go.
Yeah.
We have some new videos. We got great training. I love how the company really supports us in growing. Any new products that we're going to get teased with?
Oh, well, you would ask that. We are, though I can put it to you this way, it's been a while, hasn't it, since we introduced a product.
We actually told David to put the brakes on new products until we had X39 fully established in the marketplace. So what do you want to share with us, Jim?
I'm not going to share a darn thing. No, I tell you, we are finally, right? It's on our radar now, finally, that we probably will do something in the fall of 21 and perhaps even into the first quarter of 22. So we're look, we all know we don't want to step on the intense success and momentum and the story of X39. There's no way we're going to do anything to get in the way of that. So that's a juggernaut. We know it. We all experience it. We all see it. So what do you do, and how do you do it to make sure that that momentum continues, and you kind of bring something in where 1 + 1 perhaps is 3, or this plus this equals something that singly they can't do, but together they might be able to do. So we're going down that route, and just know that with the team that, you know, we've been able to assemble now, this marketing team and sales team that continues to grow, we now have the capability to really think through and launch in a way that if we thought X39 was a fun launch, well, I'd have to say you ain't seen nothing yet.
All right. So before you leave, I want you to make sure you take a look at the comments section, because there's a lot of comments for you.
Oh,
And Jim, thank you. You behind the scenes, you are doing so much, and we are so grateful for all these incredible tools. The InTouch app is blowing people away. We're signing people up with this exposure. Getting those little dings is so fun, and I've been having a great time and a lot of success. So very grateful, because that launched at the last conference.
yeah, it sure did. And, you know, there's so much more to go, you know, for LifeWave InTouch. I have to tell you, there's, you know, we are challenged. Look, it's a beautiful problem to have, isn't it? That we're challenged by so many opportunities, and we have to pick our priorities, you know, try to push everything forward. It'd be fantastic if we could drop everything and focus on one specific thing and just knock it out of the park. Well, we have to be careful though, because we want to make sure that these get knocked out of the park also. So we're multi-processing as we push everything along, and the app is part of that. And we look forward to 2021 adding some more bells and whistles to what the app is able to do for all of us.
We love what you've done so far, and we thank you for being so receptive and responsive to input from the field, because I know lots of people's ideas from the field have made a difference.
Well, you guys were the first to bring this app to my attention. So, you know, kudos to you guys for kind of pounding on me to say, now, wait, Jim, come on now, take a look at this, please. and next thing you know, we've made some adjustments, and it will continue. And, you know, moving it into foreign languages and getting it over into Asia, it's so challenges await, but it's just so exciting where we're going as a company. What can I tell you? I could go on for quite a while, actually, but I know you got a limited amount of time.
Well, before you leave, Jim, I just wanted to acknowledge you and let people know, because a lot of people don't know you, because you put together such a robust team. They've taken a lot of the public pressure off you. But ladies and gentlemen, you need to know, sitting in front of us here is one of the founding fathers of the American infomercial industry. This guy's got thousands and thousands of hours on both sides of the camera, designing marketing plans. He was actually instrumental, I believe, in introducing Suzanne Summers to David many years ago. And he's kind of been behind the scenes. I guess it only took David, 14, 15 years to finally convince you to join?
Well, you know, timing is everything, isn't it? Timing is everything.
Everything.
You know, take it down to the smallest level, right? Individuals doing their thing every day. Timing means so much. And the good news is that David and I met a long time ago, and we're able to keep in touch, became friends, you know, did a few things together on a business level. And, you know, I got to tell you, one thing led to another, and here we are. So you never know what serendipity, you know, what's going to be put in front of you and how it's going to play out. But I couldn't be more thrilled to be here. And gosh, a quick over 2 years later, here we are. And the business is just exploding. It's so exciting. Thanks, Gregory.
Yeah, and thank you. You know, the job you're doing in telling the story, packaging the story is just par excellence. And that's what it's all about. We're storytellers, and you're giving us the tools to tell the story. So thank you.
Thank you. And we look forward to doing a lot more of it, right? So we, you know, it's all about the stories and, you know, user generated content. I mean, come on now, think about it. We've got so much we can pull from the field and bundle into interesting testimonial sequences and very, very basic things. So we'll be trying to do it all. And I know you guys will be running alongside along with the rest of your team.
So, you know, typically companies like LifeWave do an annual conference, and people spend hundreds, and couples sometimes spend thousands of dollars in airfare and lodging and everything else to come to the conference. And consequently, a lot of people can't come, whereas now it's gone virtual. I mean, it's so affordable. I mean, it's the cost of dinner, really no one can afford not to come. So congratulations. We're going to blow the roof off. Our attendance is going to be out of sight.
Well, and Robin mentioned it, this whole little contest thing we did last year, right? So we're doing it generally again, aren't we? And this time we're trying to focus in and target it the way in which we're doing it. So, you've got your senior presidential directors sitting right in front of you right now. So what is the purpose of what we try to do? Well, name them in this group, right? If you want, as your team leader, right? And the team leaders that get the most mentions, right, win. And what do they win? Oh my goodness. These guys in front of you, and you get to spend a dedicated hour with David Schmidt on and discuss any topic you want. Wow. So think about that. I mean, his time these days is so much more limited than it used to be. And so what we try to do is whenever he does come out of the laboratory, which you've got to believe now that he has more time, he's spending an intense amount of time developing all kinds of interesting products. But now that he has the time, when he does come out and spend some time with everyone, well, it's focused, it's targeted, it's meaningful, it's consequential. And so that's what we want to do for the winning senior presidential directors or presidential directors that gets the most mention. So hint, hint, you guys have a shot. See where it goes.
We're going for it. So that's a message to everyone. When you register, just put Gregory and Robin as your upline senior presidentials, and we'll have a private Zoom with David Schmidt coming out of the back end of the conference. Won't that be fun?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't go wrong. David is such a authentic, humble, smart, dedicated person, fine leader. It's just as good as it get. And we're also blessed to have him at the helm, who's, having started this company. And just think for a moment, think about what he had to go through in the beginning of his company with the intense amount of skepticism, looking at these goofy little patches that weigh virtually nothing and cost of goods. I don't know. People could say, what does that cost a dime to make? I mean, think about it. How many times he heard people say, get out of here. And here we are now 16 years later, right? Gone from, 2 years ago, 25, 30 million a year. Now we're at the run rate of 200 million a year. And it's like this. So right place, right time, right product, right company. It's all come together. And, you really do want to be at the Nova event. It really is going to be a special 4 hours. And I think spread the word, tell cross line, up line, down line, whatever, tell everybody, because it's going to be a fun time.
And a great, you talked about bringing guests and having home parties. So I love that you planted that seed for us, because let's all have parties. We could maybe do an additional contest for who's got the biggest party.
Well, and we've talked about it internally that this go around, come on, $29 to register. Well, what if somebody registered $29 and then put 75 people in the room? We're okay with that, right? Okay, we forego that income, but so what? Let's have some fun. Let's put some people in the seats. Let's connect. Let's inform. Let's educate. Let's excite. Let's inspire, and let's do that together, because it's all about how we all interact with each other and share the great news with others. So it's going to be a fun time.
Thank you so much, Tim. Appreciate it. Great to see you. Congratulations. And when you go off camera, take a few minutes and read all your messages. Okay.
I sure will. Thanks very much, both of you, and continued success to all.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Good night.
All right.
Well, Robin, I'll turn the next part of the call back over to you.
All right. Well, typically what we like to do is talk about what's going on this week. Every other week, there is a LifeWave Connect, and I do recommend you register early. Don't wait till the last minute, because it's not available at the last minute. Go to your back office under events and click registration. Every other week, it's product, or twice a month, basically. It alternates product and business. We have a business training this Wednesday on LifeWave Connect. We heard about the Nova. The corporate promotion for Manager Mania continues until January 17th. So anytime, if you're a first-time manager, $50. If you're a manager maker, there's no limit on that one, an extra $25. So remember, manager is the building block of our comp plan. And now we get to our contest. Who's going to do the drum roll? Gregory? So for those of you that have put a testimonial on our Vibrant Living Facebook page, which is non-branded, but it is a powerful way to tell your stories, we have you in our spin for the night, and we're going to pick a winner as we do every week for 15 weeks. This is our 3rd week, and you get a sleeve of X39 and you get 30 of the gift cards with envelopes. And so you can put those patches to work and go forth and multiply. So drum roll, Gregory. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Drum roll.
For the spin. Everyone see? And the winner is? Who is it? Oh, this is the one from last week, isn't it? I added the new one. Hold on, guys. I did it last week and I redid it today.
And I'll just talk about this contest again and encourage people. The Vibrant Living Facebook page is a really strong way to open people's eyes to the benefits that they might get by utilizing. Wow, did we just lose the?
What?
Oh, I thought I got bumped for a second. A great environment to inform people about the type of benefits they can reap by utilizing our products without mentioning the products. And what we're looking for is people to tell their before and after stories. We love before and after pictures. So we want it when people go there, go to this environment, that they're seeing and hearing. Start my video again. That they're seeing and hearing about these wonderful results people are having. And they're saying, wow, how did you do that? Robin's story, I thought I was going to have to get a knee replacement. And I came across this new technology, and, within 7 days, the pain was gone. People say, well, what did you do? I had a locked shoulder for 5 years. And after 7 days, I could raise my hand above, my head. And well, what should you do? So, Robin, did we lose you? It looks like, are you still there?
I'm here. And I apologize because I got this all ready earlier today, but I must not have pushed the save button.
Okay, well then I'll jump ahead to the next subject and you come back to.
Okay.
Next on our, and again, the newsletter, it comes out every, mine's a little marked up for notes for tonight's call, but every week, every Monday around 3 or 4 o'clock on Mountain Time, we send out the newsletter leading up to tonight's call. And a lot of things in the newsletter are brand new for this week, and some things are reoccurring. One of the things you'll find that's reoccurring in the newsletter when we're talking about getting new distributors started right, that's one of my passions. And after 32 years full-time in the industry, it's great to have people like Jim that create these incredible marketing tools that we just point to the tools. We pique people's interest, point them to the video, and people get inspired and want to join. Okay, when somebody says, okay, now what do I do? I'd love to join your business. We have this simple blueprintable getting started method. You can download a getting started guide. They can watch and listen to a getting started orientation, page by page review of the guidebook by me. And at the end of that 40-minute orientation, I say, now get back with the person that invited you here, get back with the person that enrolled you or one of your upline leaders, and do a personal planning session to really get your business going. So, we can do group training, but you can't really do group personal planning. So I really encourage everyone. To me, it's one of the sacred roles and responsibilities that we have as sponsors of people in the business is to help them get started right. As I like to say, sometimes you need to slow down to speed up. We work, we present. Somebody says, okay, I'm ready. Now what do I do? Really do your best to get them started right. And if you're brand new, that's okay. There's someone in your up team that's not brand new, that's been around for a while, that'd be happy to do a training with and for you with your new people until you're ready to do it. So that's the first step in success, is the getting started guide. It's the getting started orientation, and it's the getting started planning session. It's a 3-step process. They download and review the guide, they listen to the orientation, and then they have a getting started planning session with you and possibly one of your up team participating to assist in them establishing their game plan. Because everybody's game plan is not the same. Not everybody joins for the same reason. Some people are casual, some people are serious, some people are passionate about it. So I like to see it as kind of a 5-lane super highway, and some people want to get in the slow lane with their little electric carts and check it out. And some people just pedal to the metal, get to the left lane, and they just want to go. And it's important that you assist them in that regard. So Robin, how are we doing with the spin for tonight?
Doing really well.
Good. You ready?
I am,
Okay, I'll turn it back to you.
except I am. Okay.
You'll have to put your camera turned back on.
Okay. All right. Are we ready
There
again?
you are.
Okay. Let's see if we can get the spin up.
Next week, I'll get some recorded drum roll or something for us.
Okay, well, we have 2 empty spots, so we'll see what happens. If we have those, we'll just keep spinning. We'll try again, everybody. We got the right people now. Okay, drum roll. Brrr. And the winner is
Nobody.
okay,
Or
we got
is it?
it's a smiley face. Oh, you know what? No, it's right on the line. Okay. Okay, hold your intention if you want to win. And it's Joan. All right.
Yay!
Joan is, I believe she's 86 years young, and she had amazing results. And Joan is going to get a sleeve of X39 plus 30 cards to share those with the world if she wants. That's her choice. And I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, and all of you for congratulating Jim. I know that was warm and fuzzy for his heart. That was wonderful. Drum roll, please. Yes, we'll get a drum roll. And did you mention Dr. Jeff, honey? I was busy. Tomorrow night is
No, I didn't mention the tomorrow night's call, so go right ahead.
is Dr. Jeff. And, everyone loves each one of the practitioners that comes on our Tuesday night call. That's a great call for introducing people to LifeWave. We talk a little bit about the history of the company, share a little bit about David, bring on one of our wonderful practitioners. We have an MD, a DC, a naturopath, a acupuncturist, and soon I think we're going to have a nurse, and who's also a nutritionist, and she is amazing, I think. So I'm kind of spilling the beans like Jim did just a little bit, enough to get everybody interested. So I think we are complete with everything we want to talk about this evening, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think
go
we're
for it.
complete.
And I think what Jim said, right place, right time. And what I share with people is, this is a networker's dream. I think every networker dreams about being a company that's going through, a hyper growth stage. And did you hear him mention the name, the 200 million? Did you hear that, honey?
I did hear that.
That's pretty incredible, because it was only 100 million. Oh, that was
It was only a little over 20 million when we joined back in 2018.
So we are going to take, when I started this business, I said to my friends, I'm about to take the ride of my life, and I want to share it with you. So I invite you to think about your favorite people in the world and call them up and let them know what we're doing and what's going on, because we are in for the ride of our life. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Appreciate all the love that you shared with Jim and the congratulations. Thank you, Gregory, always for your amazing tech support, and onward.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.